Hey guys, welcome. This is Super Dave with Best Life Creation Society. Welcome to Super Dave with Super Dave. I am really looking forward to kind of having a little chat with you guys today on this. Set down the resistance. This is so empowering. Like really empowering. Like immensely empowering. Like this has been something that's really shifted some beautiful perspectives in my life and really allowed me to um, allow greater ease into my life, allow greater comfort into my life. We talk so much about in Best Life about allowing things to be easy and to really go with the flow. But I really love this because, um, and it's fun because as you're flowing in your own life, you don't really know where these creations are going to come from, you guys. But that's what makes it so fun because you get to delight in the adventures and the journeys and the beautiful surprises that present themselves. And this is definitely one of them for me. So, what we're talking about is this idea of setting down the resistance. And what does that really mean? That means setting down the resistance. But there's a beautiful caveat with this because a lot of people say they set down the resistance. Well, let's just say like you're faced with a problem and they're like, you know what? I'm just not gonna deal with it anymore. I'm just not gonna deal with it anymore. Okay, well here's what's great about that. Those are the perfect words. And guess what? I was very good at that too. I'm just setting that down. I'm not going to focus on that. I'm just not going to deal with it. But there's a difference between saying those words and feeling those words. And maybe it's not even those words, but it's a difference between saying those things and feeling it. Because saying it is one thing. Saying it is kind of like, yeah, okay, yeah, I'm going to get back to feeling good. But when we can actually feel it, there's something magical that doesn't happen. When we set it down, we're not trying to throw it down, which means that it could potentially bounce back right into our hands. And we're also not trying to make sure I still set it down. We've actually really set it down. And when you can feel it, that's truly setting it down. And so a personal experience where this has happened is with the business that I do with Lyft, being a Lyft driver. Hi, Valenza. Happy beautiful day to you. And happy beautiful day, Jen. Um, this is really all about feeling it. This is really all about feeling your own vibrations with all of this. And so, um, my example about this, regarding this, is with what I do as a Lyft driver. There's lots of statistics. And, I was saying things like, you know what, I'm not going to look at those. I'm just not going to look at those. But can you already feel the tension in my voice when I say that? Yeah, that's because I was saying those words, but I wasn't really feeling them. So every time I'd get on the Lyft app or, I'm doing things in between rides, what would I see? The statistics. What would I be trying to avoid? The statistics. What would I be trying really hard not to look at? The statistics. But here's the thing. Isn't it true, guys, that whatever we put our attention and focus on, we bring more into, whether we say yes to it or whether we say no to it? And I was very desperately saying no. But I'm like, no, but I've set down this resistance. But here's the thing. I didn't feel myself setting down the resistance. And something magical happened a few days ago. I was teaching a class with Jen, and it was really beautiful because I felt myself really just allowing myself to feel myself setting down the resistance. And because of it, I started to feel different sensations within my body, different sensations within my hands, warmth, my whole body temperature rising. And I knew it was because I had actually really set down the resistance. So instead of saying, yeah, I'm just going to not focus on that, it was more like this. It's not really mine to figure out. It's okay that the statistics with Lyft are there. And yeah, I can allow it to be. And I can know that as I'm flowing forward that I can choose to focus on what feels good. Doesn't mean I have to try to ignore it. In fact, I know that this is working out for me. Yeah, this feels good. And on I went. Now you'll notice with that too, that was only about 17 seconds worth of really focusing on what I wanted in that space. Notice I didn't go, you know, write a bunch of paragraphs or write a bunch of statements over or get into a bunch of affirmations or take a whole bunch of action. But it was me really feeling that I set down the resistance. And I hope from my example you guys can feel that, because for myself, it felt like such a sense of relief and felt so, so, so good. In that moment that I really set down that resistance, I felt empowered. I felt happy. I felt ease. I felt lighter. I felt this beautiful ability to go, yeah, I can flow forward with all this. I can just allow that to be. So that's my example. I'm going to go ahead and read a few things you guys were sharing. So let's see here. Yeah. So again, happy to see you guys. It says, Jen's mentioning, she says, it's so powerful to allow yourself to let go of what doesn't feel good to you and then shift your focus on what feels better. Yeah. And I agree, Jen. That's exactly what I did. Instead of me focusing on why I didn't want to see this, I started focusing on what felt good. I started focusing on what I could appreciate in the moment. I started focusing on what I delighted in. And so many people are saying, well, I'm setting down the resistance. But it's about really feeling yourself set that resistance down. And if we were to equate it to the emotional guidance scale, that's really that top edge of boredom, right? Right before you move into that space of contentment, right? That's where you're like, right, really enjoying yourself. Like, yeah, that's right. Like, I can hand this off. I can. I am. Not only can I hand this off, I am. I'm handing this off to the universe. I'm handing this off to God. I'm handing this off to Source. And that's exactly what I did, you guys. In that moment, I was like, yeah, I'm handing this off. I didn't even say I'm just setting this down. I just, I'm handing this off. But that's exactly what I did do. I did actually set it down. And you want to know something cool? It hasn't returned. I haven't nearly had the same feelings that I've had, even if I will say accidentally see the statistics with everything I'm doing with Lyft, or if I open up an email and there they are, letting me know what's going on. Because I can allow it to be. Because the other kind of crucial thing about this is if you find yourself being like, well, I've set it down, but it keeps coming up. I'm going to say, just really consider that you may have said you set it down, but in those moments you didn't really feel it. Because when you really feel it, they won't keep popping up. And even if these things that are not your preference pop up, you won't nearly have the same sort of reaction or response to it. So I can tell you within the past couple days, yeah, I've seen the statistics, but it didn't get my goat like it used to. So yeah, just gonna flow forward. Oh, hi Maggie, welcome. Happy to see you here. Happy beautiful day. Yeah, Jen's mentioning, be easy and gentle about setting the resistance down. Just do it for the moment. Yeah, and that's really huge too because, like I said, I do still sometimes see those statistics, but I'm also not being like, oh, but I already set this down. It's like, I set it down for the moment and I'm flowing forward. And I know as I continue to flow forward, those moments are going to become longer. My ability to recognize that within myself is going to become greater. My awareness of flowing forward with what feels satisfying and what feels good to me is going to just continue. And I'll add this too, which is that as you guys are feeling my words, ideally, and feeling the energy of everything I'm sharing with you, just know that this is what feels good to me. And you, as you're flowing forward, go with what feels good to you. We always get to choose. I'm going to strongly say don't even take my word for it. Feel for yourself. Flow forward and allow yourself to recognize that you know what's going on. I had a customer last night that was really, really fun. We basically, I picked her up, and she was really having a hard time of how to talk to her mom about something, and she was very much asking me what do you think I should do? And at first, I was kind of starting to be like, well, you might want to do this, but then I thought, no, what's going to be really helpful is if I show her that she's got this. If I present to her very bright and very lovingly and of course very gently that she's got a handle on this, that she knows what to do. So, she'd share something and then she'd be all in a huff again, and I just very soothingly say, well, you've got this, and that's understandable, and right? And I would just soothe that energy, and then again it would pop up again in lots of words, and yeah, but I should probably do this with my mom, and again I would just very very soothingly flow with her, and then about the third time that I basically said the same thing but in different words, she goes, and she did that. She took a deep breath, just like that. I could probably be a little bit easier about myself on these things. I said, yeah, absolutely. Like you so got this. You so got this. And then the energy shifted. Beautiful, wonderful. But even if it didn't, that's okay too. I can allow that. I can allow all of this. I can allow all the vibrations that are happening on the planet right now to be, and then I can choose to focus on what feels good to me. I can choose to focus on the things that are delightful in my experience. I can choose to know that it doesn't matter what anyone else is doing in their own, vibration. That what really matters is me focusing on my own vibration, minding my own business. And when you mind your own business, you're not doing it from an assertive space. You're not doing it from an indignant space. You're doing it from yeah, it does feel better to focus on my own life. It does feel better to focus on my own desires. It does feel better to focus on this instead of, the upsets of the world or the upsets of the things or the things that I see on the media or the things that are happening politically all around the world. It does feel better to focus on my desires. It does feel better to focus on me. It does feel better to focus on how I feel because, yeah, that just takes care of everything because it does. So, yeah, Jen's saying we're so free. Allow yourself to feel the good feeling in your moment without committing to something forever. Everything is always changing as it flows forward. And she's also saying, yes, we all have our own guidance. We are all valuable and irreplaceable in this universe. Yeah. So, yeah, that's a perfect way to sort of end this, you guys. Just know that you are valuable and that you are irreplaceable in this universe. And that even if you take what I say and flow forward with it, you're going to be flowing forward with it in your own magnificent, beautiful way. Because you have your own inner being. You have your own guidance. You have your own connection. And so just like I guided this girl to feel her own alignment, you have the beautiful ability to feel and flow with your own. So have fun setting down the resistance, just set it down for the moment and just allow yourself to flow forward. Know that you're doing it beautifully. Know that you're doing it wonderfully. Know that you can only do it right. And know that there's always more to come. There really is. There's always, always, always more to come. So feel and flow fabulously with who you truly are. That came out. And just know that I love you. Know that we love you in Best Life. Know that we're rooting for you, so to speak. So, root for yourself and flow forward with who you truly are. And you're doing great. Inner being is always here with you, flowing with who you truly are. And there's more to come. So love you guys so much. Oh, you're welcome, Jen. And love you guys. Love you too, Jen. And happy beautiful day, everyone who's here. Even if you popped here at the very, very end, love you dearly. And more to come. So yeah, be easy about it. It's way more fun. So yeah, love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.